There are days when the weight of the world feels unbearable. You smile in public, but behind closed doors, it feels like you're falling apart. The world keeps spinning, but your world, it's frozen. A single thought repeating, I can't do this anymore. If you've ever felt that, if you're feeling it now, pause. Because what I'm about to share with you isn't advice. It's not a pep talk. It's a piece of ancient wisdom that's carried people through war, heartbreak, death, and despair. A quote from the Buddha himself that is simple, but soul-shifting. Pain is certain, suffering is optional. Stay with me for the next few minutes because not only will we unpack the story behind this quote, I'll also reveal a little-known practice Buddhist monks use on their hardest days. A practice you can start using today, even if you're lying in bed, feeling like the world is too much. And by the end, you'll see why this one sentence might just become your anchor for life. Let's be honest, life is brutal sometimes. A breakup after years together, a diagnosis that changes everything, a dream you built your life around, gone overnight. What makes it worse isn't just the event itself, it's the echo. The mind replaying it like a broken record. Why me? What did I do wrong? Will I ever feel normal again? The pain is real, but the Buddha invites us to look at pain differently. He doesn't say, ignore it. He says, understand it. Because understanding in Buddhism is the first step toward liberation. Before he was the Buddha, Siddhartha was a prince. Rich, handsome, married, loved. But something inside him felt off. Despite all the pleasure around him, he couldn't shake the sense that something was missing. That underneath the surface of comfort was suffering. And one day he stepped outside the palace walls. For the first time, what he saw would change the world. An old man, bent over, frail, a sick man, trembling, coughing blood, a dead man, lifeless on a stretcher, and finally, a monk. Calm, still, radiating peace. It shattered him. He realized that no matter how rich, young, or powerful you are, pain will find you. So he left everything behind. Wife, child, kingdom, to understand the truth. Years of starvation, solitude, and self-torture followed, but still, no answer. Until one moment beneath a Bodhi tree, after finally accepting his suffering instead of fighting it, he awakened. And what he realized can be distilled into that quote, pain is certain, suffering is optional. Let's go deeper. Pain is certain. You will lose people, you will fail, you will feel heartbreak. That's the human experience. But suffering is optional? That part is revolutionary. Because suffering isn't the pain, it's the story we attach to the pain. Let me explain. You lose a loved one, that's pain. You tell yourself, I can't go on, that's suffering. You lose your job, pain. You convince yourself, I'm worthless now. Suffering. The mind turns a moment into a prison, a wound into an identity. But Buddhism teaches us you are not your pain. Pain is a visitor, you are the host, and every visitor, no matter how loud or unwelcome, will eventually leave. There's a famous Buddhist parable called the two arrows. The Buddha asked his disciples, if a person is struck by an arrow, is it painful? Yes, they said. Then he asked, if that person is struck by a second arrow, is it even more painful? Yes, they answered again. He then said, in life, we can't always control the first arrow, physical pain, loss, tragedy. But the second arrow, that's our reaction, our mental suffering, our refusal to let go. We stab ourselves again and again with that second arrow. Regret, shame, rumination, self-hate. But what if you didn't? What if you let the first arrow be enough? Here's the hard truth. We cling to pain because on some level it gives us identity. I'm the one who was cheated on. I'm the one who failed. I'm the one who lost everything. That story becomes our comfort zone. Letting it go means facing the unknown. But Buddhism asks us to do the unthinkable. Drop the story. Pain without story is just sensation, energy, a wave in the body. You don't need to become your past. You don't need to become your thoughts. You can just be. So how do monks handle deep emotional pain? Not by suppressing it, not by distracting themselves, but by turning toward it with gentleness. Here's a practice you can try right now. It's called naming and breathing. Sit somewhere quiet. Close your eyes. Take a deep, slow breath. Name what you're feeling. This is sadness. This is fear. This is anger. Then say, and this will pass. Breathe again, slowly, gently. That's it. It sounds simple, but this practice is profound. It creates space between you and the emotion. It reminds your nervous system that you're safe. Pain wants to be acknowledged, not fixed. And once you acknowledge it, it loosens its grip. The Buddha didn't teach that you'd never hurt again. He taught that you could hurt and still have peace. Peace isn't the absence of pain. It's the freedom from being ruled by it. Imagine waking up one day, feeling the sting of loss but not spiraling, feeling sadness but not drowning, feeling fear but walking anyway. That's the power of detachment, not coldness, but clarity. You are not the storm. You are the sky it moves through. So when life breaks you open, when everything feels heavy, remember this: pain is certain. Suffering is optional. Let it become your mantra. Whisper it when your heart aches. Write it on a Post-it. Share it with a friend. This isn't just a quote, it's a path. And if you walk it slowly, gently, day by day, you'll find something waiting for you on the other side. Peace. Real peace. The kind that no one can take away. If this message touched you, send it to someone who's struggling. Let this be the light on someone's dark day. And if you want more videos like this, practical Buddhist wisdom for real life, click subscribe and turn on notifications. New videos every week to nourish your mind and calm your soul. You're not alone. You're not broken. You're becoming. And that is beautiful.